welcome to Woodshop 101, a woodworking audio podcast geared toward the hobby weekend woodworker. Your hosts for the show are Jeremy Crawford and Drew Shore. Join these two different craftsmen for a lighthearted banter about everything in woodworking, online education, and how they produce content. Topics could include the latest news, tips, tricks, and designs, to include furniture, crafts, and shop projects. All right, welcome to episode number 25. Tonight we're going to talk about creating a legacy and what's new in the woodworking audio podcast world. And we're also joined tonight by our guest, Matt Cremona of Matt Cremona Woodworking. What's going on, Matt?
Not a whole lot, just hanging out with these guys right here.
It's probably the best
fun,
day.
isn't it?
Yeah, see, it's going to be the best time you've ever had.
Better deliver now.
Well, you got big shoes to fill.
Yeah.
You know, because we're just that good.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well,
We shall see.
Jeremy is, anyway.
I don't even know about that. Don't even. All right, Matt, well, how about you tell us a little bit about yourself for the people that may not know you?
Whoa. Yeah, sure. I am Matt. You like that?
Thanks,
All right.
thanks for
Season
that.
pro right there. No.
I was questioning that for a minute.
Yeah, so I do a bunch of things, all pretty much woodworking or education related, primarily through my YouTube channel where I do videos about doing like fine furniture and joinery, and I also do the other side of woodworking where we go out into the woods or to the someone's yard and pick up a tree and cut up into lumber, dry it, and then turn it into a piece of furniture or whatever later on in its life. So kind of a unique perspective in that sense, I suppose. That's the gist of what I do.
Yeah.
Mm.
And
When I went out into the woods and brought a tree back home, it was a nuisance to my father.
last time I did that, it was Christmas time. So, and then here we are 8 years later, and I have a fake tree.
And so you wised up.
Yeah. Well, let's see. The first year we were together, almost 10 years ago now, we got the biggest tree we could find in a tiny apartment. You couldn't even, it took more than half the living room up. And my wife's she wants it at Thanksgiving and goes until after New Year's. And that tree was dead and brown 2 months later. And then, so now you're trying to get a dead tree out of a apartment, and needles were everywhere. It was a pain.
It's pretty cool. You got them trees that change color. Most people pay extra for that.
Oh yeah, I got me. It's a camouflage tree.
There you go.
So, all right. Well, what's going on in you guys' shop, Drew? What do you got going on?
Well, I started my mudroom locker storage cabinet, even though it's not going in a mudroom. Seems to be the closest thing I can use to describe it, because most people, if I say foot locker, they're like, oh, he's just building a box on the floor. So I don't really have a mudroom in my house. I planned on putting it just inside the house from the garage door, but my wife decided against it. So I'm having to scale it down a bit and put it in the area where they put that slat board up 2 or 3 years ago, and all the slat board's going to have to come down. I don't know why I like to tear things down that I work so hard to put up, but all that's got to come down, and then I've got the cabinet made. I've just got to put paint, doors, door fronts, and make the drawers left. So I've probably got two more parts to do. I am going to be airing the first part on Sunday.
You had to scale it down, or you decided to scale it down because it's not going to be in your space?
No, I had to scale it down because, for one, the attic door opens up right there, and the stairs drop down right in front of it. So I had to scale it back in depth a little bit. So it's just really big enough for your butt to sit on, nothing else.
Well,
your legs cannot touch the thing; it's your butt only.
well, then here's the thing: is if you make it too comfortable, then people are going to want to stay out there.
Well, they're going to freeze right now. The shop's not exactly warm.
This is an anomaly. It was 70 degrees here today.
I think you're bragging.
Wow.
No, I actually miss living in the Northeast where there was actual 4 seasons.
I would be glad to trade you right now.
Okay, how cold is it there?
Well, in my shop right now is 25.
I mean, I probably have 75-mile-an-hour winds outside right now. If you want to trade.
No thanks.
I'm gonna walk out and literally. So I bought a new truck a little over a year ago, and I can't tell you how many branches have fallen on it from the trees that are right above my truck. And I go out every day and there's a new scratch, and it just makes me mad.
Build you an awning.
I mean, if it was my house, I would just cut the trees down.
Oh, well, yeah, that helps. You can call Matt. He's good at that.
Yeah, we'll do that.
I mean, I don't know if you have much use for water oak.
Why not?
But, I mean,
it's trees, wood, whatever.
Well, it's firewood.
People use pallet wood. Come on.
I'll pick them up and use it in my fire pit. So, but no, I mean, being a water oak, it never really dries out, and everything's flimsy, and so the wind blows and the branches just fall off. So, all right, what do you got going on, Matt?
I am finishing up a sofa table project that I'm doing as a class. So I have a little bit of work left to do on the table itself. I have to build a drawer and do some inlay on the top, and then the actual project will be done, and I can really get into all the fun editing, which I'm working on this week as well. A lot of editing with that as well, because like 10, I think it's 10 videos I'm doing as that class, so it's a lot of video work. And then this weekend I'm going to pick up some logs with my sweet log trailer thingy.
How you liking that log trailer? That thing looks pretty sweet.
It's so cool. It's like cheating.
There's no cheating if you're having fun.
I don't know if you can pick up a log without picking up a log, physically picking up a log.
You literally have to do nothing. It's like chain this log to this arch and then just pull up on the trailer. No problem.
Now, did it shock you the first time that it made a big noise, like your first test?
Oh, that one? Yeah, that was... Well, I saw it coming, so I'm like, this log is way too light for this lift, for one. I'm like, okay, it's up in the air. It's about to reach the tipping point. I'm like, I'll just pull it the rest of the way.
I mean, you're that far into it, so why quit now?
I'm like, it's up in the air already. Where's it going to go? I can go down backwards or forwards. Forwards is more fun. It'll actually be on the trailer. But it was a good test of the welds, though. It didn't break, so I was, a plus.
I saw that sucker hit the trailer, and then I saw you just kind of jump up. It's like, oh!
I did that kind of poorly because I had stuff sitting on the fenders, and I was standing right there, so I'm like, oh, great, someone's going to come up, fly off the fenders, and hit me in the face or something.
You need a face shield to use a log trailer.
So that sofa table you're working on that's for the guild, right?
Yep, it's for the Wood Whisperer Guild, so I'm the first guest instructor in that, whatever you want to call it, site, I guess, Mark's site.
Yeah, and I believe it's going to air, in February?
That's the plan.
I mean, if we keep putting it out there, it's just going to put pressure on you. Doesn't mean it's actually going to get done.
Well, February is 28 days, so, I never said when in February.
Hey, leap year. You got 29 days.
Extra day. Yes.
See? Your year just got it that much longer.
I'm pretty sure if I waited to the end of February, Mark would just kill me.
I don't know.
Because it done February 29th at like 11:59 p.m. Hey, I got it done in February. I told you I would.
Yeah. Look, if he killed you, then he would have to find a replacement for Wood Talk, and we already heard that the chance of finding somebody else with the name Matt's not going to happen.
They don't even have to change the stationery.
I swear, that's like probably the biggest factor that got me on that show. Is my name.
Hey, I guess when you follow the legacy of Matt Vanderlist.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, I'm starting off my year just slightly behind as usual. About 2 or 3 days. I just finished up the pizza pills that I've been working on for quite a while now. I was shooting to have them done at the first part of the week. That didn't happen. In fact, I had to go pick up some more mineral spirits tonight because the stuff that I had, believe it or not, mineral spirits molds.
What?
It was an anomaly, but it had mold in it.
What kind of mold can live inside? And
I don't know, but I started pouring it out.
I would stay away from it.
And it was like all floating. And I was like, I probably shouldn't put this on my project.
Penicillin oil.
And I didn't want to venture out last night to go get mineral spirits, so I went out today to get it. But yeah, that was like crazy. And I mean, if it wasn't mold, I don't know what black chunks just automatically pop up in mineral spirits and float around. So
it's that special chocolate chip kind.
Well, then maybe I should have put it on the pizza pills, make it taste a little better.
Just extra topping.
So once I, hopefully tomorrow, I'll be starting on my next video, which is going to be the bandsaw version of Steve Carmichael's guitar clock. I've been working with him the last, month or two, trying to get that ball rolling. And I'm going to put a little bit different spin on it. I'm going to actually, I'm going to incorporate a pin into it and make it kind of a desk clock. And I don't know if it'll be on my desk here or at work or find a place somewhere else. But
so is this something that we're going to see next year?
No. You actually are going to see that. I'm going to hope for by the end of next week.
Okay.
I'm on a tight schedule. In fact, I have a commission coming up for Brusso next month. By the end of February, I got to have a video out for Brusso, and I'm going to make a memorial memory box. Kind of torn on how I'm going to do that. I wanted to do just like one giant dovetail on all four corners to connect it. Problem is I don't have a dovetail jig for machine cut, and I've never cut hand cut dovetails. I don't have anything to cut hand cut dovetails.
Matt, you got a class on that?
I got some videos on my YouTube channel. Absolutely.
In fact, I can thank you for staying up until 2:00 last night watching them. And you might be able to point me in a better direction, but the only thing I found was half blind dovetails.
I did my How I Dovetail a Drawer video. I did half blind in the front and threw dovetails in the back of the drawer. Okay. So you get both styles in that one.
Okay. That's probably the part I fell asleep at.
Not everybody can be like me.
At 2:00, I had to call it quits because I really don't want to spend $300 on the lead jig for the table or for the router table, but I'm gonna have to spend money somewhere because I'm gonna have to get like a marking knife and marking gauge and at least a cheap dovetail saw to do hand cut. But I figure it's a total of 4 dovetails. How hard can it be? You tell me, Matt.
We'll talk in a few weeks when you do it.
We're probably
doing one
talk
big
before
one.
That
That's pretty easy
because this is an actual commission that's getting paid for by a company. So probably going to talk before that.
Let me know.
I'm going to have to do some test runs here.
This is why we don't put deadlines on Jeremy's stuff.
Well, this has got to get done. I mean, that's for sure. But it's it gives me a good chance to do hand cut dovetails. I'm just the type of person that if I'm gonna buy a tool, I'm gonna buy it once, and I really don't want to shell out a lot of money right now for a dovetail saw and some other goodies, especially when I just dropped a lot of money on a new computer.
Yeah, so, I see the box sitting in the background there.
Right there. So, yeah, that's what's going on in my shop.
Well, you could always subcontract that part.
I could. You want me to send it to you? Can you get it done in my time frame?
I think that goes against everything that he stands for.
I mean, I could do that. I'll send the pieces to you, Matt. Just have them back to me in time to finish it before the end of the month.
Oh, that's cool. Well, this topic that we have this night it's basically because we all have children, and we're trying to basically build a future for our kids, and no matter what we do. But in the aspects of our woodworking, since we all have young children, the question for tonight is, what is the legacy that you want to leave behind for them? So, Jeremy, let's start with you, dude.
Oh, put me on the spot, and I'm the one that created this. I mean, when it comes down to it, ultimately what I love for my son or my daughter to take over my woodworking business and either continue on down the education line where I'm trying to get into, or the line I'm moving towards, or go back into commission-based projects for customers. It doesn't really matter. I think that alone would be just like a huge milestone for my kids to do. But I think the legacy that I really want to leave them is, I mean, it doesn't matter what they choose to do. Woodworking, building Barbie dolls, I don't care. As long as they do it with passion. And if you have passion, you can, just about complete anything that you want. And especially if you are willing to put the hard work into it. I mean, my legacy's not yet been written. Let's just put it that way. But ultimately, that's what I would like to leave them is kind of let them see me doing the hard work and the effort that I do. And we'll see if they do that too. Because I can tell you my 6-year-old is already pretty lazy. And I'm going to beat it out of him. It's the world of the iPads. Can I play iPad? No. How about you go outside?
With the iPad? Take the iPad outside?
Yeah. See? Exactly. You got it down.
That's good.
Just wait, Matt. Your son's just a little too young. In about another month, he'll be playing on your iPads and stuff.
Well, he already tries to eat my phone, so, we're getting there.
Well, what about you, Matt? What's your legacy, man?
So it's a very interesting topic because I think at this point in my life, it's like there's too many unknowns, so I don't even know where my life direction is going. But as far as things for my son or for my future children, I think more than anything, it's the values I can instill in them. And I'm really hoping to instill the values that my parents instilled into me, which actually kind of led me into this path because I didn't grow up doing woodworking at all, really, or doing lumber stuff either. The biggest value that was instilled upon me as a child was that just because you don't know how to do something doesn't mean that you can't do it. You can't teach yourself how to do it. You can't figure out how to do it and become good at that thing you want to do. So I guess more than anything, if I can teach my son or my future children, whoever they might be, that same value that they don't have to, nobody can tell you can't do anything except yourself. That's the biggest thing that I want to be able to put into them. Because that value alone can take you very far in life. And I'm living by that now, and I have no idea where it's going to take me, but I know I'm probably going to go far with that. And I already have, so.
I like it.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I should have started because it's going to sound like I copycatted you two.
That's why you went
That's
last.
what I get, yeah. I'll put you on the spot just so I can get some ideas. I don't know, the legacy that people leave, I think it's kind of a subjective thing because I'm sure my dad wanted to leave a legacy for me, which in time he really did. But whenever I was growing up, kind of like what I was getting from Matt is that I didn't really want to woodwork then. My dad was doing hobby stuff and building things for people, not doing it for a living, just doing it because he loved it. And I did see the time and effort he put into things, but at that time I couldn't go out into the shop kicking and screaming on a free will. So mine was spent in front of the TV doing Nintendo games and stuff like that. But after I seen in time how much pride he took in the stuff that he did, especially after he rebuilt his entire kitchen, I think that is what finally set in was the pride of doing something yourself and having that on display for years to come. No matter who's living there, it's always going to be there until they basically tear it up or tear it out. But that's the good thing about this whole YouTube thing is that my daughter can continue to have access to the videos that I worked so hard to put out and the projects that are in the house that are part of my videos. So not only does she have the video, but she also has the end result sitting right there in the house, and she can say that my dad did this and I am learning to do this too, because she's already wanting to get out in the shop with me and learn. And that is it's just really cool to see her already at 4 years old wanting to get involved. So teaching that DIY aspect of things to children, especially your own, is the legacy I want to leave. Teaching them how to do it themselves, and don't be scared of learning to do it themselves.
Yeah. I had a mentor from work, I don't know, maybe about 8 years ago now. I was kind of in a rough spot. I wasn't real happy about going to work. I didn't know where at that point my life was going to take me. And I'm a very A-type personality. I like to be in control, and I like to know what I'm getting into. And he posed a question to me, more of a thought, and he said, you can either let the world happen to you, or you can go out and happen to the world. And I mean, I thought this dude was smoking pot, because I had no idea what he's talking about. And the more I thought about it, and over the years, it's really kind of resonated with me. And I think, at least from 8 years ago to now, having a standpoint of I can sit back, or my kids can sit back and get upset when things don't go their way, or they can go out and make things happen, make the opportunities happen, and do things that they want, and instead of just waiting and letting the world hand it to them, because that's never going to happen. So, yeah. And I think that's that legacy that I want to leave, is that hard work. I mean, I remember I wasn't much older than my son, and I spent my entire summer digging a ditch from the back of my dad's house all the way out to the alley, which is, 50 yards, and replacing his entire sewage pipe and then backfilling it. That was my entire summer. That was 4 or 5 hours a day doing that. And I mean, now my son, I go out there, tell him to rake leaves, and he's like, for
$1.
I'm like, okay, let's go rake leaves. And then he goes out and has fun. But then I go tell him to clean his room, and he's like, well, how about y'all help me? Well, how about you took the toys out? You do it. Stop trying to reason with us, and you would already be done. So, creating that hard work, and it'll get you, I would think, pretty far in life. I mean, I'm not that far yet, but I'm not as old as you old fellas.
Whoa.
Love being old.
That just hurt.
I mean, I think you're about 2 years older than me, Drew.
Yeah, this, it's not me creaking, it's the chair that I'm sitting in. So.
Oh, no, you hear creaking? That's definitely my bones. Matt, I can't get over your hat.
Thank you. Yeah, it's very warm.
You guys can't see this, but he's got like a Soviet Union Russian style hat on.
It's a bomber hat, yeah.
Yeah, like, I guess, are you in your basement?
Yes.
I mean, yeah. You're in Minnesota, which is cold, ridiculously cold.
Well, you see what happened today? You want a little anecdote? I went and I got a haircut today, and
let's see this haircut.
My head is just freezing.
No, let's see this haircut.
No, we gotta see. Oh man!
Wow!
You cut the Cremona fro off.
Oh yeah. Now
that's why he's wearing the hat. He didn't want nobody to see.
I trimmed my beard back too. I'm like, oh boy, that was a mistake.
Yeah, that's true. That is shorter.
I mean, generally you don't do that in the wintertime.
Yeah, especially down in the basement where cold air sits.
Yeah.
Yes.
How far are you from the Twin Cities?
Technically in the Twin Cities, I guess. I'm a suburb of Minneapolis.
Okay.
So yeah, Minneapolis is a mile down the road.
Okay.
The city.
I spent some time in Minneapolis, obviously working, but remember back in, I don't know, 2007 maybe, when the Interstate 35 bridge collapsed?
Yep.
I was actually there working that with my Coast Guard unit responded up there, and we provided all the security for the workers and stuff.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I can remember, but I can also remember like I never imagined people that far north would be that kind and generous. I mean, I was working like 12 or 14-hour days, and all I wanted was a beer, and everything shut down at like 10 o'clock, and I got off at 10 o'clock. So to get anywhere to get a beer was not happening. And I remember calling a bar and asking if I paid over the phone if somebody could come get a case of beer for me. And better yet, they delivered it to us. We were actually working out of the university. Mm-hmm. There at the rowing team's dock, and we paid for one case of beer, and they delivered us 2 cases of beer. And I was just like, man, this is crazy. Like, people in Texas are nice, but I'm telling you, they ain't bringing you a beer anywhere. And if they do, it's going to be empty bottles. So, but yeah, I remember Minneapolis. It was a good time up there, and I remember getting lost in the mall.
Yeah, you don't. The locals don't go there.
The locals don't go there.
Why. So, all right. Well, we have a little kickback. I think it was on our last episode we were talking about workbenches, or I was talking about building a workbench, and we got I got an email from Rick French that said, I listened to all of your podcasts. Awesome. Great job, Rick. And you mentioned a couple times about building a bench. You're considering something fancy, but I recommend against that for now. Build one you can use without a lot of expense. Use it and figure out what you'll ultimately want in a bench. I built the one in Fido Woodworking issue 223 by Rob Van Dyke, and he loves it. If you send me an email, I can send you some pictures. I sent him an email, and I got pictures. And I'll put the pictures in the show notes on the website so you guys can see. It's actually a pretty cool little bench. But I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, Drew, but I'm pretty sure I said I was going to have a budget build.
Yes, you did.
I mean, I said I wanted to go with maple or something, but I'm not going with that because of having to move it, and I know I'm going to have to move it in June or July. But yeah, I reached back out to him, kind of talked to him, got pictures, and his bench is actually pretty cool. It's not by any means like a Rubo. It's 2 pieces of plywood laminated together. And I see a lot of people do that, and you put a couple vices on it. He said he spent about $300 on it. I'm looking at hopefully about the $200 range, and that's just how good of a deal I can get from Dima on his vice kit.
Dima, do you have a coupon code?
Dima, I'll come to your house and help you build it. No, I won't. Maybe in the summertime when it's not cold. So
his shop's heated. It'd be fine.
Is it?
Oh, yeah. There you go. Yeah, don't even have to worry about it.
Is your shop heated?
Of course.
Dang. Is yours?
Show off.
I know yours isn't, Drew.
Yeah, it's heated by my body heat. That's
nice.
Mine's not either. But like I said, I mean, this year's crazy. I mean, we recorded this time last year. In fact, we're coming up on our 1-year anniversary, and I remember talking about shop temperatures being like 35 degrees, 30 degrees, which is cold for Houston, Texas. And this year, like today, it's 70 degrees. However, I can't open my garage door because everything in it will blow away. But which is another thing that's happening this week. I'm changing out the lights. I'm putting in some nice 8-foot fluorescent tubes, getting some more light in there. So
yeah, it helps a lot.
Are you using daylight bulbs?
Yeah, I think I'm going to stick with the 5000. I don't know. I might go with the 6500. So
that's what I have.
Yeah,
the 6500.
That's what I got too.
You like it a lot better than the 5000?
Yeah, I do actually.
It plays tricks on your mind, man. You're out there for a long time and you still think it's daylight outside. Then you realize it's freaking 2 a.m.
Oh, it's beautiful. Well, most of the time I'm working out there at 2 a.m. anyway, so it's always night whenever I'm out there working.
Me too.
Yeah, from your recent shop update, you were talking about being out there like 4 in the morning.
Yeah, I work nights, so I work from usually around 9 or 10 p.m. till 4 a.m.
And then do what all day? Sleep?
I sleep in the morning, and then I take care of my son and sleep in the morning, and then take care of my son in the afternoon.
Yeah, I remember those days. In fact,
It's interesting.
It is. My son was a whole lot easier than my daughter because when, like, even at like 2 years old, I'd lay him down for a nap. I would tell him before, I'd be like, hey, I'm going to be out in the shop. And at 2 years old, he'd get up from his nap 2 or 3 hours later and come out to the shop and let me know he's in. Okay, go watch some TV. I'm going to finish up in here. I'll be back in about 30 minutes. And he'd be just fine. My daughter, not happening. I lay her down in her bed. 30 minutes later, she wants up. So my woodworking has seriously come to a halt when she was born. And now I'm trying to figure out how it all fits in that now that they're living back in Odessa. It's definitely different. Like today, all I did was preface the show notes on the website and do a bunch of other office stuff that I normally wouldn't have the chance to do.
Like watching YouTube vids?
Well, that was last night, laying in bed
till 2 a.m.
Yeah, and here's the thing: I don't get it, man. I don't have kids here. All I got is my 2 dogs, and they're lazy. And it's I can't sleep worth a darn now, man. I go to bed at 2 a.m. and I'm still up at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Don't have the wife there. That's the difference. You sleep with her for a long time, and you're used to having her there. So,
I mean, although I don't know, I have no motivation in the morning to get up and do anything, Phil. Like you would think, oh well, he's got all this woodworking time, and no, it's comes down to motivation, and in fact, it comes down. I blew out my shop vac about a week ago. I had it hooked up to Fast Cap's little remote vacuum module, and about a week ago now, the thing started smoking and throwing sparks, and that thing is gone, and my shop vac went with it. So
it let out its magic smoke.
Yeah. So good. I mean, I've always spoke good things about that company, and in fact, I reached out to Paul, and he sent me a new remote control module and money to replace the vac. As much as I told him that you don't have to, that's not. I mean, nobody knows whose problem it was, but he was adamant about it, and so I'll hopefully be getting back out there. I need it because I try not to run my power tools without it, or else my dust is everywhere. Mm-hmm. When maybe one of those days when I upgrade to a cabinet saw, it won't be as bad, but or when Drew builds me a table saw cabinet.
Oh, so you're subcontracting me now too?
Yeah.
I've got plans,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got the plans. You know how to read them. So.
That's funny.
Well, let's talk about what products we're going to recommend this week. Mine, it's a little more on the expensive side, but I recently just purchased a 27-inch iMac, and it's a world of night and day difference. My laptop is starting to act up, and it kind of quitting on me, and things would reload, and I took it to Apple Store, and they couldn't figure out what was wrong with it.
Oh, the Genius Bar can't figure it out? Yeah.
And they're like, oh, well, we can ship it off, but it's going to cost you money just to ship it off and diagnose it, and then, to fix it. And if I'm going to sock $500 or $600 into it, I might as well put $500 or $600 towards a new computer. And I'll get around, in fact, it's sitting right here on the floor next to me. I'll get around to fixing it one of these days. But just the speed alone and the ease of being able to do things, I really think it's going to help me get that motivation to get in here and edit the videos as I get them produced. Because working on that laptop, I mean, it'd take me, sometimes an hour or 2 hours just to get the video to save to my hard disk after it's been created. So that's going to be my recommendation. I promise
you'll notice a speed up in that stuff.
I promise in 2 weeks the recommendation won't be something that's this expensive. It'll be something cheaper.
So your recommendation is bring your wallet.
Bring your wallet. Yeah.
Just open your wallet and let it fly.
Make it rain in the Apple Store.
There you go. I went to Best Buy. I typically like to buy my Apple products from Apple, but I was kind of in a hurry because it was coming down to the wire. I was not going to be able to record this week's podcast on that, and I was in a hurry, but I kind of wasn't. So I just kind of shopped around. I found a great deal on this. It was a open box that Geek Squad had already, Geek Squad opened it, and I don't know. They ended up putting it back in the box. They ran their seal of approval on it or whatever.
Oh, this isn't a Dell.
And
put that back in.
That's the wrong color.
Yeah.
And so I was kind of watching it, and I was like, all right, I'm going to go buy it. And I just kind of got lazy and didn't want to drive to that Best Buy store because the one that I had to go, it's down by work, and I work about 45 minutes away. And so one day I was like, all right, you know what? I'm on my way back from work. Let me just stop in there. And it just happened to be on Sunday morning when I went. And Sunday is when their new ads start. And I ended up getting it. It was already on sale for $300 off, and ended up getting it on sale for another $100 off. So I got ultimately a $2,000 computer for about $1,500.
Nice.
Dang, that's a good deal.
Yeah. So I was like, I gotta do it. Why not?
I need to go up to Best Buy. Hey, do you have any open computers that I can look at?
I opened my wallet and let it fly.
I opened my wallet and moths fly out.
Well,
Yeah.
well, I immediately closed it and said, well, we're eating ramen noodles for dinner. Good thing I live by myself. So, all right, Matt, what's something you want to recommend? I mean, I could read it here, but I don't know what I'm reading. It's some hand tools or something. Well, it's like hand tools or something. I don't know what this is.
It is. I am going to recommend the Ashley Iles round back chisels. They're the chisels I like to use a lot for all of my joinery work. They have a really thin body, and the top of the chisel is rounded over, so you can get into really tight corners without messing up the edges of dovetails, for instance. Things like that. Great for pairing as well. Really nice little chisels. They're not super premium chisels either. They're I would probably categorize them as mid-range. They're about maybe $25, $30 a piece, which is pretty decent for what you get.
So what you're telling me is, in order to complete these dovetails I'm going to be working on, I should probably go buy those chisels?
Well, I mean, you can get by with regular bench chisels, but you're going to find that they're just a pain in the butt to use with dovetails because you can't get into the inside corners without damaging the tails. Because the standard chisels have flat sides, and those flats will get in the way of the angle you're trying to chop into. End up damaging the tail.
No idea what you're telling me right now.
This is garbage. You'll see it though when you get going in there. I can't chop this out. I damaged this. I can't get a dent in this area.
I already hate the chisels I have. I don't even know where they came from. My mom bought them for me 5 years ago, maybe, and I'm going to lean to say that they're probably from the home center or something. They're plastic handles, and great for utility work, but not so great for any kind of fine finessing of anything. So we'll see what my pocketbook looks like when I start planning on that Brusso project.
Oh yeah, well, see what happens, but you'll have more time now because your computer's faster.
There you go.
Right? That's what I did. I got to put mine together still. I got all the stuff for my new desktop. I still got to put that together at some point.
Do you put it together with super glue?
I can put it together. I build my own workstations. So this one's going on 3 or 4 years now, which is way old for a workstation for me. So I'm starting to bottleneck with my ability to work fast, I guess. So hopefully I get some better render times out of this thing, and we'll see. But right now I don't know how you could do a 2-hour render time. That sounds terrible.
Oh, it was horrible. And it took. Let's see. I put some new memory in it. Before the memory, it would take.
I didn't get anything
30 or 40 seconds for like an application to open, and like on a Mac, I don't know if you ever really use Mac, but on the Mac, so on the bottom, these little icons will bounce up and down until it opens.
Bouncing
and I would just sit there. So I upgraded memory.
It's doing calisthenics before it opens.
And it sped it up a little bit, and then everything else just started going funky on it. And so I don't know. I might sock a little money into it down the road and see what it gets me. I'd like to get it back working so I can use it in the shop. You know, I kind of take it around and you know, so I don't always have to haul my iPad around. Because if I break my iPad, I'm not going to be happy. If I break the laptop, at least I have another computer. So, all right, Drew, what's something you want to recommend?
In particular, I would like to recommend a variable speed router, and the one I have on the show notes will be the Porter cable, but it's the 892 router, which is kind of the go-between of like the 1.5 and the 3.5 horse that they make for router tables. So it kind of gives you an in-between affordable router, but still has pretty good horsepower. With that soft start that it has, it doesn't have that herky-jerky start that some of my first routers did. It gives you better control off the start. But it also has the capabilities of being mounted in a router table and still have the girth to make it through some of the heavier duty woods that you'll probably push through it. I remember my first router I had. It was something that my wife bought me, which I still have and still use. But it didn't have a soft start, so I really had to hang on tight. I almost had to wrap my arm around it while I turned it on, so it wouldn't take off.
Bronco.
Yeah.
So, you want to send me a portion of the check you're getting from Porter Cable? I think we've been doing this segment for I think it's our 4th or 5th time, and you've already recommended 2 of their products. So
I love Porter Cable stuff, dude.
I just
like their drills. The drill and impact driver. I think I recommended that one because I've got it in my shop and I love those things to death. But yeah, I just seem to be revolving around Porter Cable tools. I don't understand why.
I think you're developing OCD. You have that gray and black.
You're rubbing off on me, is what it is.
Gray and black. Look,
all my tools got
and you're rubbing off on me. All right, so I'm looking. I've been trying to find like a new toolbox. Just kind of get like my mechanic tools out of the bag and just kind of a little more organized. And so I got a bunch of DeWalt stuff. So what better yet? I was going to go buy the DeWalt toolbox. Ooh, man, I was at Home Depot today and I saw a Milwaukee. It ain't yellow, it's red. And I immediately wanted it. It wouldn't match anything, but I wanted it.
You wanted it.
Yeah. So
the hell with the color scheme.
See, my OCD might be going away.
Okay.
Probably not, but it's starting to go more towards the green and the black, and that's really hurting.
Oh.
Yeah, that'll hurt a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That feels so good.
I mean, they are nice.
Oh, it feels so good though.
I mean, yeah. Like I don't even think I've had my sander like a year maybe, and they came out with a new brushless. So I'd like turn around and sold my sander just to buy the brushless.
Oh, you got it bad, dude.
Yeah.
He's like really really good on Craigslist now.
Yeah. Yeah. I got that and the Domino. I got one of the dust extractors. What else I got? I don't remember. That's how you know about how bad it is.
Don't remember. You got it real bad if you don't remember.
And in fact, the guy that I buy all my stuff from, a little independent dealer. In fact, I just emailed him today about getting the sustainer that has all the sandpaper in it, and find out about how much he's going to run me to stock it with sandpaper too, and just send it to me. So, yeah, I got it bad, but hey,
yeah, I'd say so. Good for you though.
I still have a bunch of tools my grandfather gave me when when he passed away, and ultimately that's I want to buy quality tools that I can hand on down, which is another reason I just ordered a Lee Nielsen hand plane.
Nice. Which one did you get?
The low angle jack.
Nice.
And the 60.5 block, I think is what I got too.
You got a couple of them. Nice.
Yeah. Better take care of those.
Yeah, those
Wife
are nice.
won't let you buy anymore.
Nice.
Hey, look. Yeah, no, I remember, I think David Pachuto was our first guest, Drew?
No, Nick was our first guest.
Nick. And then Dave, I don't know, David was one of the beginning. And I remember talking to him about that's what I wanted to pursue next, was get into more the hybrid approach and more the hand tools. And that's so outside of my Festool purchases and everything else, I've started trying to purchase more hand tools. I just got my first card scraper, I don't know, 6 months ago, and I've beaten that thing up. I put it through the paces. Like, what do I need sandpaper for? Let me get that thing out. And
they're awesome.
Oh man, I bought I bought the two cherries, which is a little bit thicker steel. And man, I love it. The only thing I think I'm gonna end up buying another one here pretty soon with a little bit thinner. You can't bend it. You're putting your thumbs behind it. It's too thick to really bend.
I don't like them that much because they fatigue my fingers too much because I like to curve the scraper a lot when I'm using it.
Yeah.
So I definitely gravitate towards a thinner steel.
Yeah, and I think that's what I'm going to end up doing too because, like you're saying, it definitely hurts the fingers pushing it across.
I got some good-sized thumbs, but, that's a lot of work bending the piece of steel for however long you're scraping
that
for.
Thing is thick. And so, I'm probably going to buy... In fact, I'm probably going to buy one of the kits that comes with like the gooseneck and stuff in it.
It's a good value.
I've got those too. So I need to sharpen them though. I don't have them sharpened yet.
I got a burnisher, but I don't have a handle on my burnisher. I bought the...
You don't need a handle.
That's why I don't have one yet. I bought the Hawk burnisher, and you're supposed to make a handle for it, but it works. Yeah, it works just fine without it.
The handle doesn't do anything anyway. You don't need a handle on a file either.
So, no.
Same kind of thing.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty cool. A lot of us talking about what's new in the shop. We got a couple other things that's new with the podcast. We got a giveaway since Jeremy had mentioned that we are reaching our 1 year anniversary. What is it? February 3rd?
Yeah, February 3rd.
What we said? That was our first episode that we ever put out, so I can't believe it's been that long, but I guess Jeremy's starting to grow on me or something.
But maybe you're growing on me.
Yeah. But we have a giveaway that you can find more information about at countrysideworkshop.com/giveaway.
27-inch iMac.
No. Negative. Here you go. I'll send you this.
Yeah, there you go.
It's going to cost you some money to fix.
That's the grand prize, the broken computer.
Yeah. No, I think we worked pretty hard, and I think we got some pretty good items up for grabs. We got a couple. We got a gift card from Belforce Products, and we got 2 quarts of finish from General Finishes. I think we got Rockler threw in what was that? The small hose port kit.
Yeah.
And then see what else? And then Micro Jigs thrown in 2 of their GR100 grippers. So we got a pretty good giveaway going. I'm
gonna go enter that.
Hey, it's not live until Monday.
Put it on my calendar.
Well, hey, it's going to be pretty easy because I'll send you all the links once I get this podcast all edited and stuff. But the first thing you're going to notice, I think there's about 15 different ways to enter. But the first thing you're going to have to do to enter is complete a survey. And it's, I think, about 5 questions that we created. And it's kind of give us feedback from the listener's perspective on the podcast, and that way we're getting some direct feedback, and we kind of know in what general direction to go next. to tailor it towards what the listeners want. Because ultimately, I mean, I could sit here and do this all day long, but if we don't have listeners, then it's just us hanging out. Then I don't need to record it and go through the effort of editing it. So,
and we can just invite Matt for fun.
Yeah. So that's the downfall is you have to complete the survey in order to enter. But after that, then you have about 15 other ways, and that's simple like looking at Facebook or subscribing on YouTube, things like that.
So you help us, we'll help you.
There you go.
All right. Another thing that we wanted to introduce to everyone, since it is our anniversary, we are going to change things up a little bit. We are actually going to start weekly shows instead of bi-weekly. The past year we've been doing shows about every 2 weeks, just with this kind of format. But starting this week, we're going to be releasing weekly shows, and then it will be a different format for that second show. Be a little smaller, like a 15, 20-minute show, just going off of a certain topic. There'll be no, I hate to use this word, but it's going to get the point across. There's going to be no foreplay. It's going to be all action.
All right.
Also, we are moving away from the Patreon account just for the podcast kind of setting. It really was just not working out for us, so we are going to go towards the donation end of things through our website, so you can do the PayPal donation. That seems to work best for everybody, so they don't have to create accounts on Patreon. They can just easily go to PayPal and make donations if they like.
Yeah, and on that, you'll be able to find the donation links for small one-time donations in the show notes of every episode. So you just go find really you can click on any show note and they'll have the same link. And that's how you can donate if you choose to do so.
What were the couple things that you found here, Jeremy, that were fairly new?
Yeah, I mean, so I don't know really, besides us and Making It podcast, I don't know if there were too many new podcasts out at the beginning of last year. Linn over at the Darbin Orvar, I think that's how you say
Orvar,
it.
yeah.
Orvar show. She's got a YouTube channel. She actually started her own podcast, and I want to say the first one actually came out about 6 months ago. She's had about seven episodes. I want to say about 6 months. I just found that yesterday, and then she does that with I don't know if it's her significant other or
her husband.
Is it her husband?
Mm-hmm.
So have you listened to this podcast before?
I have.
Well, there you go.
I have.
Well, let's see if you've listened to the next one. Have you listened to the Woodworking podcast?
Not yet. It's on my list, but I've listened to the Dusty Life.
Ooh, yeah, I have listened to the Dusty Life. Yeah. So the Woodworking podcast, I'm going to say it released either late last night or early this morning.
It's pretty fresh.
Yeah, and it's episode number 1. It's going to have Nick Ferry, April Wilkerson, and Jay Bates on it. It's not on iTunes yet. They said it should be somewhere towards the end of the week, which would be tomorrow. So I think it took us about 24 to 48 hours for our first one to load. But yeah, so those are the two newest ones I found outside of Dusty Life and then Reclaimed Audio. So I would say the Woodworking audio podcast world's starting to come up a little bit. And I don't know. I don't know if you can quote me on this yet, but it might be the new YouTube setting for woodworkers. I don't know. But there's been a lot more pop up this year or in the last few months than what I ever saw popping up.
Yeah, it seemed like forever it was just wood talk.
Yeah. There would be a few here and there, but they would not last. They would be out for a few months, and then there would be like a year gap before there was another episode. But yeah, I mean, wood talk and then Making It started just a few months before we did. So I'm glad to see that there's more. I'm just going to spend more time in my car, I guess, because that's about the only time I listen to them.
That'll give us something to listen to on the way to Atlanta.
Yeah, it'll give me something to listen to. I'm going to see the wife and kids in a few weeks, so it'll give me something to listen to then. All right, well, leading into that, if you would like to support the show, you can head over to www.woodshop101podcast.com/listen. Listen. And find the show notes for today's episode. And in those show notes, like I said, you'll see the donation links for one-time, just small donations, $1, $5, and then there's another one for custom amount if you decide to donate 75 cents. But ultimately, anything helps. If you can't do that, we really encourage you to go to iTunes and just leave us a rating and a review over there, because that ultimately helps us get a greater audience. That's how people find out about these podcasts. They pop up in the new and noteworthy section. And if you just do that for us, guys, and that really helps us a lot. So
I'm doing it right now.
Oh, are you?
Write a review. This is the best thing since anything.
Look, you've been on the show, let's see, 56 minutes. Drew, you've been on the show a year and you haven't even.
Hey, have you?
I can't.
Oh.
I own the feed.
Oh, well. Sign in under somebody different.
Maybe I can. Because actually my iTunes account is somebody different. Is under a different email.
Enjoy your 5-star review.
Is that what you put? Enjoy your 5-star review. We're gonna read it on the next show.
I was about to say, where's the creativity, Matt? All right. Well, Matt, aside from the questions that I was just so dying to ask you, who does your hair, and
we got a few more minutes. You could ask them.
Yeah, you have questions for me? Oh boy.
You did have some questions for me that were pretty good.
That?
Where do you get your guns?
Yeah. So who does your hair? You just recently got a haircut.
I did. I just went to the local hair place and just say, take it off.
The Walmart.
I mean, look,
Walmart hair salon.
If he had a hairstylist, they would have quit before he would have the chance to go back to him.
It's like, I don't want to break my combs.
He goes, you go, what, about once a year to get a haircut?
I go every quarter.
A quarter. That's about what I used to go. To the point where my hair wouldn't stand up anymore like I wanted it to, so I had to hack it off.
I hate y'all.
You guys can't see it, but Jeremy's, he's envious of the hair.
I'm losing it. and it's the stress of becoming a father, so enjoy your hair there, Matt.
I am enjoying it. I'm enjoying fatherhood, enjoying the hair, enjoying life.
Just wait. They're going to make your hair start falling out. Wait till you have a second one.
No, it'll just turn gray. That's all it does.
I know what.
That should be interesting.
I got a lot of gray going on, too. I'm going to go get some Just for Men when we're done here.
Careful. Get the kind that colors your hair, not the kind that gives you touches of gray.
They actually make that now?
Yeah. Touch of gray.
Wow.
I'm glad you know that.
Yeah, well, I had to prepare in case I started turning gray. I wanted to cover the rest of it. So, Matt, where can people contact you? What are your normal things that you are available on?
I mean, you can head over to my website. That's at mattcremona.com, and there's links there to all of my posts, my YouTube channel, my social media accounts, and all that stuff. Active on everything, pretty much.
If you guys have not seen his work, it is absolutely just stunning work. He really, really takes his time, unlike me. And
he takes his time to contract it out.
But his work is gorgeous, and his channel is very informative, especially if you're really wanting to get into the hand tool aspect of things. There's just a lot of information you can take away from his channel. Matt, big fan of your channel, man. Big fan.
Thank you, Drew.
Oh, is that a high five?
High five.
Yeah,
That's a virtual high five.
Virtual high five. Jeremy, what about your contact information?
If you want to contact me, you can find me at my website, countrysideworkshop.com. There you'll find links, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Those are about the 3 most I'm active on. And that's just because I use a program that cross-posts everything.
Naughty.
If I don't know how to use Twitter. I don't know. I don't understand Twitter. So if I didn't do that, nothing would ever get posted to Twitter.
We've made this abundantly clear every episode. He's not a tweet.
Yeah,
not a Twitter tweet.
I don't understand. I mean, there's definitely not the drama in Twitter that there is on Facebook. I can tell you that.
Oh, there's some good drama today.
Oh, was there?
Oh, yeah.
Tell us about this drama.
There was the difference between a groove and a dado and a rabbit. That was some intense drama. Oh, man.
I've been grilled on that, too.
So often. Not that often, but when it does on Twitter, oh, man, it's a fun time.
Yeah, but you don't have to see, like, hey, this is what I ate for dinner, or...
You can if you, like, follow those people that share that stuff.
That's ridiculous. I love the drama that you got to cut short in 30 characters or less. That's the fun part.
I don't take pictures of food. I did, however, last night, and I sent it to my buddy. It's my fishing buddy. We go fishing all the time, and it was probably hands down the best trout I have ever made. And I sent it to him. I was like, "This is phenomenal. If I would have thawed more out, I'd go cook more right now. Like, it's that delicious."
Can you just see him eating it, Matt, going, now let me take a selfie.
No, I didn't take a selfie of eating it. I just took a picture of my plate and sent it to him, and then I immediately deleted the picture. And I prefaced it with, I don't do this. I do not take pictures of my food, but this thing is amazing. So, all right, Drew, where can we contact you?
My main website is a good place to find all my contact info. It's rhwoodshop.com. There you'll see my contact page with all of my mailing information as well as my email, which is drewshort@rhwoodshop.com. I'm pretty active on Facebook, somewhat on Twitter, and I'm really active on Instagram. I tend to post a lot of my nightly or daily, however you want to look at it, build shots of just things that I think you might want to see. Just kind of give you behind the scenes as I'm building the project. As far as the Woodshop 101 podcast, you can find us on the woodshop101podcast.com/listen. There you can stream all the episodes that you want on any device. You can also find us on iTunes as well as YouTube just by searching the name Woodshop 101 Podcast. If you need to get a hold of us by email, you can also reach us at woodshop101podcast@gmail.com. This sounds redundant, doesn't it? A lot of Woodshop 101. But let's see. I kind of lost my train of thought there for just a second there, too. But we also have a voicemail, which unfortunately hasn't gotten utilized as much as I had hoped. But
especially being that you just have to pick up your cell phone and call.
Exactly. You don't even need anything special. Just a landline or a cell phone. Oh my gosh, here we go.
You're going to hear Matt leave a voicemail.
Where does this ring?
It doesn't. It goes straight to a voicemail.
It's like, enjoy your voicemail, fellas.
Enjoy your 4-star review of voicemail style.
But that voicemail number is 409-234-3959. Did you get that, Matt? Did you write that down?
And if y'all can't say, he's doing it right now.
He's doing it right now.
Leave your question, comment, or feedback. Leave it under about a minute or two, and talk slow and precise. And hopefully you'll hear it on the air.
It's like double here on the air. Oh, hello. I've reached is this the Woodshop 101 podcast? I had some kind of inquiry that I couldn't recall now that I dialed your number, so I'm going to have to call back later and just kind of figure out exactly what I wanted to ask, because I knew it was a really good question, and I thought it'd be a really great topic for your viewers, or I guess your listeners, because no one gets to see you. I'll call you back. have a fantastic day. I gotta go. There's some guys on the other line here on my Skype extension that I gotta go talk to. I'm leaving them hanging. I'll catch you later. There you go.
That was smooth.
Like that?
So you got to tune in a few weeks because that's going to actually play on air.
I don't know what we can do with it, but it's going to be on air.
I might call back. We'll see. I might leave you hanging.
It's going to be epic. Just remember, there is payback.
That's fine.
Mark, if you're actually listening to this, you have to play my voicemail on air.
Both Jeremy and I are going to leave a voicemail specific for Matt.
It will get played. They all get played.
All right, well, guys, Matt, it's been a blast having you here. My face hurts. I've been smiling and laughing so much.
Thank you for having me. I'm having some facial issues as well.
Well, guys, from Jeremy, our special guest host, Matt Cremona, and myself, we want to wish you guys well. Please be safe in your shops. And Matt, I'm sure you're familiar with our sign-off, so it's kind of adopted on this show. You know what it is, right?
I have no idea what it is.
You know mine, right?
Boom.
Yeah.
It's the same thing?
Jeremy asked me to do it, so it's stuck.
Oh, good. Can I do my I'm a boomer? I'm a boomer, and I'm on the show.
Yeah, go ahead. Do it.
I'm a boomer on the Woodshop 101 podcast. Boom!
Boom!